and the buck's dropped on your financial future. Are you skating toward retirement? Don't get caught offside when it comes to your work pension, farm succession, or changing family needs. Chad Reach, Senior Wealth Advisor, and the team at GP Financial Services and Aviso Wealth are your local independent advisors helping Saskatchewan families plan for retirement and beyond. 306-584-2755, gpfinancial.ca. Mutual funds and other securities are offered through Aviso Wealth, a division of Aviso Financial Inc.
620 CKRM on location.
We're here in Yorkton. It's the Yorkton Exhibition Cash Lottery at the Gallagher Centre. That's where you'll find the Yorkton Exhibition office. And they are giving away a lot of money, $100,000 in tax-free cash. Now, there's going to be 25 draws tomorrow night. That means you must get your ticket right away here. You actually might win more than $100,000 because the way this works is there are 10 prizes of $500. If your name is drawn, you win the $500. But then your name goes back into the draw for one of the 14 prizes of $1,000. You might win that 50-50 if you happen to buy 50-50 tickets, and you might win that grand prize. So theoretically, you might win a heck of a lot more than $100,000. So you just never know. It's got to go to somebody. Why not make that person be you? 1-866-783-4800. 1-866-783-4800.
So since that little ding on my car last week, I don't know where to take it.
I don't even know.
That's easy. Take it to Regina Motor Products.
Who said that?
I did. Down here. I'm Terry the Tire. Regina Motor Products Chevrolet Collision Center and SGI accredited auto body repair is a full-service collision and body shop that works on all makes and models. Just submit your claim to SGI and set an appointment to get your appraisal done. Easy.
I bet you're tired after saying all that.
South at Highway 1 and 6, Albert Street. RMPChevrolet.com.
It's time to unwrap great savings during the Access Communications Boxing Week sale. For a limited time, Access is offering all new and existing customers 1 month free with any new service of Access Internet, TV, phone, or security. Plus, choose your gift of either a $50 credit or free Fire TV stick. The Access Communications Boxing Week sale is on now. Visit myaccess.ca today.
Text CKRM 306-936-6262 for Prairie Land Rentals. Renting heaters, skid steers, and most power tools for all those winter jobs. And your official Husqvarna snow thrower dealer. Prairie Land Rentals, 600 Albert Street, where you deal with the owner. Welcome back to SportsCage. Get social with us. Follow us on X at SportsCage. Watch our video stream at sportscage.com and always on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Welcome back to the SportsCage on this Thursday for Access Communications. Still a lot to get to here. Almost done hour one, but I teased it earlier in the show. It's our Indigenous Sports Spotlight. It's brought to you by Fries Tallmen Lumber in Regina and Fort Capel. Did you know, and I didn't know this, and my wife didn't know this, which is kind of dangerous, they have their own pre-hung door shop. They make doors. They got a whole other facility. So if you need a door in your house of any kind, pre-hung or whatever the other options are, Fries Tallmen, and also gift cards. If you're going to buy a gift card from a big box store, might as well buy it from the local shop, right? Fries Tallmen in Regina and Fort Capel, proud to partner with Indigenous communities around Saskatchewan. They are the sponsor of the Indigenous Sports Spotlight. I brought him in today out on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. We go, Naim Cardinal. He has his website, indigenousrookiecard.com. Naim, thanks so much for taking some time today. And nice tarp, by the way.
Oh, thanks, son. It's good to be here, Barney. Love this shirt.
Yeah. Okay, I want to start, and we're going to kind of be doing this here as we go, maybe once a month or whatever, because some of the stuff you do is fascinating through your website. I want to first off, let's talk about the Upper Deck project and what you did there. If you were going to give someone kind of the elevator pitch or the quick rundown on how that came about and what it is, what would you say?
I would say it's a set of hockey cards that's dedicated to NHL players of Indigenous descent who never had a hockey card during their hockey card career. So every player in that set was never featured in an NHL license card during their playing days or after. So they never had like a certified rookie card through the Upper Deck or through the NHLPA during their playing days. And it was a project that we worked on very closely with the community, probably over 2 years. They got released in early 2023. And they were given away for free. Like they were given away at like youth hockey tournaments and in other events like that. But it was a project I was really honored to be a part of, and worked with individual players in that set or their family members to ensure everything was done properly.
That's so fascinating. And I remember when we had on the Day of Truth and Reconciliation here, and the Western Canada Pro Hockey Scouts came up and they mentioned this and they talked about it. You weren't there, but it was just something that you think, yeah, like these guys never had a hockey card. So then you guys went and did it, and Upper Deck partnering with them, like, wow, what a feat that would be. And I'm just looking at them here. What's a few that we can single out here, name from what you guys did?
Well, I think a couple you can single out. Maybe start with Johnny Harms, who's born in Saskatchewan, and he played 44 games for the Blackhawks back in the 40s. So really one of the early players. And the thing about Johnny is like he never knew what his ancestry was. Like I talked very closely with his family and putting the information together. And I've stayed connected with them since then because they live locally here. And we've done an event together to honor their dad and his hockey card and stuff. He had a really, really cool career. He was young in the NHL. Like he was 18, 19 years old. He got called up for the playoffs and, was at that time was the youngest player to score a goal in the Stanley Cup finals because they made it to the finals that year and they lost. But in those days, they still got a Stanley Cup ring. So I got to see a Stanley Cup ring.
That's awesome. Okay. What can you tell me about this one, Rocky Trottier, obviously the name, right? Brian Trottier. Oh, yeah. Looks like he's from Climax. What can you tell me about this one?
Yeah, so this card here, the Rocky Trottier card, that's Brian Trottier's brother. And there was actually three of them who played pro hockey. Brian and Rocky made it to the NHL. And their other brother, Monty, played in the American. So he got very close to the NHL as well. But yeah, just really cool listening to their stories and trying to summarize information for them. To put on the back of their cards, things that were significant. A lot of these guys, they played a handful of games in the NHL, but we really wanted to summarize like their accomplishments as best as possible and just like include cool facts in there and stuff like that. But in those days, it was really hard to get a card because you had to be on the list or like the day the photographer was there. Whereas now, as soon as you step on the ice, you're in the lineup, you get a card. If you're a goalie and you back up, and you're at the game, you get a card. Your card's included in sets.
So you had to be there the day that the photographer was there. I guess that kind of makes sense though, back in the day, right?
Yeah. And the interesting thing was like when I was talking to Danny Hodgson, who's also in the set, who you're familiar with, is he was saying that when he was a rookie, it was tough for him to get into their rookie class with the rest of the Maple Leafs because they had Wendell Clark, they had Gary Lehman and Russ Courtnall and Danny were all the rookies that year. So he said he kind of got singled out. It was kind of at the lower end there and wasn't included in the set that year. But Danny picked this photo out. He said he picked that photo because it was kind of blurry and he wanted to look fast. So that's why he wanted that photo on his card.
That's super cool. Naim Cardinal is joining us here in the Freeze Tallmen Indigenous Sports Spotlight. We're talking about the Upper Deck project and Indigenous NHLers that never had cards. Okay, what's maybe one more we can do here in this set, Naim?
Look at another one here. Maybe we can look at Ted Nolan.
That's one that stands out for me. It's baffling. He never had a card.
Yeah, 78 games with the Red Wings and the Penguins, and very well-known coach. He did have some cards in, there was like a CHL sets, late 80s, early 90s, where he was coaching in the OHL. And then there was also an unlicensed product in the 2000s that he was included in, but it wasn't NHL licensed and it wasn't identified as a rookie card. But it was really awesome, like just really getting to talk to the Nolans and, just getting the information from them that they wanted included on here. And, Ted is he's very accomplished. He's very well known in community. He's somebody I respect very highly because there's like messaging that he shares when he's working with youth and in communities. So it was just like a huge honor to make a card for someone like that.
Yeah. And then 2 sons that played in the NHL.
Yep. Yeah. Brandon, Jordan.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right. So, and then just going back to all this. So, like these cards were given out for free, you said. So, if you wanted to get them now, you'd have to find someone that has them, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. People do sell them on eBay. Another way that they were distributed was at the 2023 Heritage Classic in Edmonton. They were given away in the game day program. So if you're able to find a game day program, there's like a sheet of them, like perforated cards where you like tear them off, but I wouldn't recommend that.
And then and just tell people about your website, because like I said, I think this is great. We're going to bring you on, sporadically here and just talk about some of these, because this is the set, but people go to their website and it's indigenousrookicard.com. What do they find there, Naim?
Well, what they will find on there is on there is like, I feel like it's a place where I can pay homage to the players who are in the NHL. And what I've done is, I have photos of my hockey cards in my collection. So I have one rookie card for every NHL player of Indigenous descent who has a hockey card and has played at least one game. So what I've done on there is I put the photos, but I've also written a biography for every single player. And there's over 100 players in my card collection. So this is something I've been working on for almost a decade now. I've been working on this collection for 11 years, and then the website came after. So really, it's just kind of like to me, it's kind of like a museum.
Exactly. I was going to just kind of say, like, just a nice tribute, museum-ish to that. All right. Well, like I said, the next time maybe we'll feature a couple more. Maybe somebody out there, too, wants to see if we can feature someone. So let us know, 936-6262. Naim, this has been great. Looking forward to doing this again and maybe showcasing a couple more.
Definitely. Appreciate it. Love the SportsCage. I'll see you later.